I'm Jeronimo de la Cruz, grade 12, ABMA, presented for MIL. Title is Motion Information and Media. Motion Information and Media. Motion, media, and information. There is no universally adopted definition for the term motion media. Nevertheless, the very idea relies on the definition of its first word, which is motion. Motion is described as the act or process of moving or being moved. Oxford University. It is the action of constantly moving from the one place to the next or changing position. HarperCollins. Therefore, motion media can be defined as a media communication that provides the presence of spatial movement of text and image. Practically, these are visual media. Aside from that, motion media are considered as collection of image and footage. These media are combined with other media, such as text and audio, to produce multimedia. Motion information, otherwise, is the file or clip that is created using motion media. Occasionally, it is utilized as a support to the visual tracking of a certain things or object. In motion media, every graphic or image is a frame. Through rendering or the act of displaying consecutively various frames per second, motion is produced. For the one to have a smooth animation, one must have 24 frames or more per second. This series of frames or graphics follow a sequence to create a story or a message. This sequence is called a storyboard. It represents the shot plan for a commercial, film, or television show. Characteristic of motion media. This transfer message to many people. This delivery the same message to the audience at once. This represent message that are typically indifferent and temporary. These are multisensory. These are formal, influential channel of communication. These are contributors in behavior and attitude alteration. This discuss some important issues, person, organization, or social movements. Production on motion media. Motion media can be produced in two ways, informal and formal. Informal produced motion media are created by people just for personal consumption. In contrast, formally produced motion media are made by professionals, such as film directors, who follow the standard of the industry when it comes to refinement and creation of motion media. The formal production of motion media, including the succeeding steps, generating of storyboard, script writing and dialogue recording, sketching for animation, acting and shooting for video, adding background music and background details, rendering. Format of motion media. Film, a series of moving graphic or image, with accompanying of a recorded sounds. Television, a telecommunication system for transmitting and receiving visual image and sounds that are produced on screen. Oxford University. Interactive video, a kind of digital video that involves the user interaction and participation. Others, such as internet and mobile phone. Sources of motion media. Internet, a universal computer network that delivers a variety of information and communication facilities. Oxford University. Film and television studio, a place where film, television show, and broadcast production are produced. HarperCollins. Broadcast channel, a terrestrial frequency or computer-generated number over which a broadcast station or broadcast network is designated. Video channel, an account on an online media sharing or streaming service from which one can create media content, such as a video, accessible to other people who are also using the service. Library, a building or room that contains collection of books, periodical and something movies and recorded audio for people to read, borrow, or refer to. Oxford University. Basic method on determining the credibility of motion media. Validity of information. We need to know if the information was peer-reviewed and probable. We
Source.
also
We
need
need
to
to determine
identify
if the
the
video was
types of
an
source
actual
used to
footage
generate the
of the event or a
information.
more representation of the information learned about it.
Relationship of the author to the event. We need to learn if the author has first-hand knowledge about the event. Technical method of detecting temper or fake video. Video smoothness. Lightning coverage matches. Scale and size consistent. Scale refers to the size of an object in relation to other objects. Advantage of motion media. Here are some advantages of motion media. This provides better mastery of processes. This display and procedure in details and in sequence. This allow for harmless observation. This capture motion in a manner that can be viewed over and over. This allow recreation of the sense, history, event, and phenomena. This contribute in molding personal and social attitude. This provide problem-solving skill for the viewers. This promote cultural understanding and appreciation. This establish harmony among the people with different cultural background. Limitation of motion media. If there are advantages of motion media, there are also limitations. Here are the several limitations of motion media. This cannot be interrupted by the viewers. These are, at times, unsuitable for other topics that are presented best using stagnant pictures. These are subject to misinterpretation, especially for younger audience who lack maturity. These are oftentimes more expensive than other forms of visual media. Elements and principles of motion design. Motion is a vital part of any commercial, film, or television show. It is a significant because the movement of the combination of text and image or picture delivers an affected message to the viewers. A well-crafted motion makes the audience appreciate any motion-based media presentation. This is the main reason why it is significant to know the elements and principles of motion design. Motion design is a discipline that applies the principle of graphic design to filmmaking and video production through utilization of animation and visual effects. The following are the elements of motion design or the things that a person must work with to create a motion. Speed highlights the tone of the movement. The two types are fast movement, provide alertness and escalating motion. Slow movement indicates weariness, seriousness, or sorrow. Direction specify a movement from one road to another. Refer to the growth or shrinkage of an object or thing. Motion path refer to the spatial movement that a thing or an animated object will take. Display the change in direction of a certain movement. Timing is used to explain or strengthen the message or the event. It has two kinds. Objective timing can be measured in seconds, minutes, hours, days, etc. Subjective timing is a psychologically experienced or felt. This is my all presentation. Thanks for listening. I'm Jeronimo Cruz, grade 12 ABMA.